Jim Abbott, I'm the athletic director at OCU. We're thrilled to have you here at our luncheon today. We're thrilled that the weather cooperated. There was some concern about snow, but it's turned out terrific. So thank you for taking time to be with us. We have some nice updates, but we always kind of start by introducing the student athletes that we have in attendance, and I think we only have a couple. So I'm going to ask our OCU student athletes to stand up, unless I missed any. We don't applaud for them until they introduce themselves. So tell us what sport you play, where you're from, and what year you're in school.
I'm on the women's wrestling team, and I'm from Lubbock, Texas, and I'm a student.
And I wonder what your name is.
Stephanie.
Yeah, I don't wonder, but I think. Okay.
I'm Trayvon Smith. I'm on the men's wrestling team. I'm a senior marketing major.
That's good enough. I always make it hard for you. Let's just think about a little bit of business. This Saturday, we're fortunate, we have our Athletic Hall of Fame luncheon. It's Saturday at 11:30 on campus. I know some of you are already planning to come. If you want to attend that event, see Stacy Heppery over here. She's the money woman in our athletic department. Tickets are $25. It's going to be a great event. We're honoring the 1994 OCU softball team. And here's part of what I would have you think about. Earlier this year, our cross-country team won the national championship. It was our 57th national championship, but sometimes when you get to 57, you might think that you take it for granted or possibly don't appreciate it as much as you would otherwise. Well, the OCU softball team won the 5th national championship for our department and really had shots to win the 2nd or 3rd or 4th. We knocked on the door and were really close. And so this is part of the group that started the tradition that we work so hard to continue today. So I'm very excited, and several of those gals are going to make it back to the Hall of Fame. Anyway, it's a great event. And of course, Coach Craybaugh is our other honoree. He's given his heart and soul to our athletic department, our university, and literally hundreds of young men over the years. So we look forward to having the opportunity to honor him on Saturday. So if you can join us, come and join us. Also thrilled if you hadn't seen on our website, and our website is the best place to keep up with what we're doing. Our student athletes had above a 3.1 GPA in the fall. We're really thrilled about that. About 170 students above a 3.0. Roughly half of those were above a 3.5. Then I think right around 20 that had a 4.0. So we're really excited about it. I'm more excited about that really than any game that we've won this semester. So if you see our student athletes, and I'll mention to Sean, I came over to the men's wrestling team. They had their highest grade point average in the history of our program. And I'm really proud of that too, so I appreciate your leadership there. Final thing, I'm talking a lot more than I expected that I would today. Here's my notes. So final thing I'll tell you, just in terms of an announcement, every year you know we have an event called the Sports Spectacular. It's the biggest fundraising event of the year for us in athletics. And this year it will be on Thursday, April 2nd, so it will be coming up very quickly. I'm proud to announce today, and we'll publicly announce this soon, but part of what you get for your $10 at lunch is all the secret inside scoop. We are honoring Billy Tubbs this year as the recipient of the 8th Lemons Paul Hansen Award for Sports Excellence. Coach Tubbs, I've had a chance to talk to him a few times over the past few weeks, and we look forward to honoring him. Part of what we would ask you to think about with that event is, one, we'd ask you to think about coming if you can. And two, we ask you to contemplate whether or not you can help us secure items for the auction. And auction items really vary from just anything of value can be auctioned within limits. But jewelry, artwork, vacation stays, thunder tickets, on and on and on. So if you have thoughts or ideas, or there are ways that you can help us, please let us know. All right, that's it for the commercials. Now we'll get into the updates. And I don't remember the order. We're smack in the middle of the year where we're really playing basketball and wrestling. We're just a few weeks away from playing baseball and softball and really every other sport in the department. But I think we're going to start today with the wrestling updates because we've just come back from the women's national duels. So welcome to the podium to give us an update on men's and women's wrestling, our head coach, Archie Randall.
That's good. This is my third time. I'm not only used to two, but I'll try the third one. Women's program, we're 30 days out from our national tournament. We just got back from the national duels where we lost to King again. We lost by 7. We had every opportunity to win the duel. We just couldn't pull a trigger on 3 of the matches that we thought we'd win. We did incur some injuries, and hopefully that, at the national tournament we'll get everybody back in line. We did incur a big injury, which was to Emily Webster, which is our undefeated 3-time champion. But Doc's going to fix him up. She's going to be on the mat and she'll win it. She tore an ACL during her match and still beat the girl 11-1. Wow. So we'll brace her up. She'll be good to go. We've got Denny Strew back in the lineup that dislocated her shoulder. She's doing real well. I go down the list. I think we're just, I've never had a season with so many injuries, but we still have the best shot to win the national title. According to the rankings, we're ranked number 2 behind King, but it's like 4 or 5 points. We can make that up with falls because our girls team is an aggressive pinning team, and you get bonus points for being aggressive and pinning people. So we're looking forward to the national tournament. We got a couple of tournaments to go to before we go to the nationals, which are smaller tournaments. So we're just going to get some match time. But they're pretty good. We've got everybody lined up. We've got everybody somewhat kind of healthy, and I think we'll do well at the national tournament. They're pretty confident they can win it, and that's the most important thing. I think that if your athletes are confident, then you got a shot. So they got a shot to win it. And we've never finished less than second. I think in the last 8 years we've won it 4 times, lost by 2 points one time, by 1 point one time, and 3 points one time. So we're going to try to make up that deficit. Men's team, on the other hand, is doing very well. It's a young team. But I really think that any given day they can beat any team in any division. We went to Vegas at the end of Christmas. We wrestled at the Desert Duels. We beat the number 5 team by 20. We beat the number 7 team by 22, Coach, 21 points. We lost to the number 1 team. The score didn't look very good, but we lost 5 one-point matches, which is a takedown away. So we're real proud of them. They did very well. We were ranked 7, and after we beat those 2 teams real bad and didn't lose very well to Grandview, we're now 13. So I don't know how that works. But this weekend we go to Missouri Valley, which is probably the biggest NAI tournament we'll go to that has 27 teams in there, including Maryville, which is the number 1 ranked team in Division 2. We've already wrestled them, so they're going to have their work cut out from this weekend. The guys' team, their last home duels, their schedule's a little bit tough. Next Wednesday, we wrestle Ouachita Baptist, which is Division 2, is ranked number 3. And then we wrestle UC Ho, who's ranked number 9. And then the next weekend after that, we wrestle Nebraska Kearney, who's ranked number 2. They're all Division 2 teams. They have nothing left but Division 2 matches to wrestle stuff. But we're pretty confident we can come out of 2 out of 3 of those duels. But the men's team is pretty exciting to watch. They're real young, and they do strange stuff. So if you want to see an exciting match, come and watch one of our duels. You'll see some exciting stuff, and you'll see the coaching staff go, yeah, do that. Do that. What does he do? Do that. They're a little different, but they're pretty exciting. We're looking forward for the next couple of years of really being good in the men's team and the women's team. Women's team, we still have 7 recruits already signed. Probably get 2 more this next week, and we'll be up to 9 or 11 already. And this is before for women recruiting season really gets started. We've signed 2 guys, so we're on good track both ways. We have good kids coming in. And like Mr. Abbott said, I'm real proud of my men's team because they did a real good job with their grades this time. We had out of the 22 kids, we had 14 3-point or better. And out of that 14, I think we had 6 3-5 or better. So they're doing real good in school too, which is important. It's important. Any questions? Nothing? Okay, thank you.
After the grades came out, I made a point to go to the men's wrestling practice. And this was over Christmas, so I had just spent 10 days laying around eating chocolate-covered pretzels and all those wonderful things that you eat. And nothing makes you feel guiltier about that lifestyle than going to a wrestling practice, because they work really hard. Harder than I ever did playing baseball, Coach Crayball. So I said to our coaches in our staff meeting, if your kids ever complain about tough practice, probably ought to go in the wrestling room once in a while. We appreciate the hard work that you do. We're going to move on to men's basketball now. So here to give us an update on men's basketball, welcome Dionne Phelps.
All right, well, welcome back. Happy New Year and all that kind of stuff. I think since the last time we met, we've had 4 games. We have gone 3-1 in those games. We've had Wayland Baptist, who's ranked 11th in the country right now. We defeated them, and then we had St. Thomas, who came up from Texas, who gave us a roll butt whooping when we were there, and got back and we returned the favor. I think for the first time I started realizing what it is to be an Oklahoman. But, I'm from Texas, but for some reason this butt kicking that I wanted to give St. Thomas became something real personal. And I started to realize, hey, I'm starting to change here. But it should happen after about 9 years of being here. And so it was a good feeling to hand that whooping back to them. After that, we had another conference game with USAO, went over there, pulled out a win over there, and then came back home against Mid-America and had a hiccup. Lost that one in the last second shot, but like I told our guys, I think we lost that one in the first half. We fought back from the first half to take the lead, and then the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, we just kind of had a couple of slip-ups, just misassignments that ended up into them getting the last second shot and hitting a 3-pointer to win the game. So we're going to get back on it. We have Southwest Christian coming up on Thursday and number 7 OBU coming up on Saturday. So we're looking forward to this week. We need to have a really good week to push back to where we were. Right now, as far as any reports, injury-wise, we got a couple of guys that are kind of fighting some nagging injuries. Gone home with tore his ACL, is recovering pretty well, but we won't see him this year. Of course, he says he's going to play by conference tournament. And, if we go any further than that, he'll be here. But I doubt we'll see him. We have Dimma's fighting through a couple of things right now. He got back on the floor. We held him out about 2 games. He tried to get in this last game and re-injured his. I think he has a high bruise. We thought it was a high ankle sprain, but he's doing okay. I think he's going to continue to keep trying to play. Outside of that, we just got guys with some nagging injuries. That's about it, which is typical. Playing well for us right now, obviously RJ McGee is still playing pretty well for us, leading us in scoring. Gary England is having a phenomenal start. I think over the last 2 games he's averaged 24 points and almost 10 rebounds a game. So we really need him to continue doing that. And then Theron Chilton has stepped it up also. And so Gary and Theron right now are shooting well over 50% from the field. RJ is right there. He's, people are focusing in on him as, at one point being the 4th leading scorer in the country. People are putting a lot of emphasis on him. And he's having to adapt to it. I mean, he's really having to adjust with it because he's become frustrated from time to time because everybody's been focusing in on it. But hopefully those other 2 guys can take a little bit of that pressure off. But outside of that, we're looking forward to this week. Do you guys have any questions? No? All right, well, I hope to see you guys there Thursday over at Southwest Christian, and OBU is here at home. All right, thank you.
And our final report of the day will come from our women's basketball coach. So let's welcome Latricia Trammell.
Like always, right? A happy New Year. Before I get started giving you a quick update on our women's basketball team, I do have a special guest with me today that I would like to introduce to you. 2 out of the 3 is Candace Varnado. Candace, would you please stand? Candace is helping me on the bench this year and during practice as an assistant coach. And wonderful young daughter, 4-year-old, that comes and picks up our bands while we're stretching, so our girls are being great role models for her. She was in the Air Force for 4 years, and I'm going to tell you my age right now. I coached Candace 19 years ago, so I'm glad to have her back on the bench with me. So please give Candace a big round of applause.
I didn't hear that age.
Yeah, 21 and holding strong on that. And then also I want to mention Katie Hall that sits on the bench with us as well. I coached all 4 years, Katie in college, and she got her degree last year from OCU. And she's working right now along with Autumn Huffman, but I could not do that without her. I mean, she goes beyond the call of duty and sacrifices to stay here with me and to help our program. And so I can't say enough about her, and also Autumn Huffman. You know, Autumn played on our national championship team last season. Proud to say this was her last semester. She is going to walk across that stage in May with her degree, and just for her to want to still be a part means a lot to me. So I really am blessed to have all 3 of those young ladies a part of our program. So give all 3 a big round of applause. Just a quick update, and I know several of you always ask about our alumni. I will tell you, and we're very excited about this, Kayla McKenzie, the MVP of the national tournament last season and starting point guard. She's flying in tonight at 9:55 to catch our next 2 games. So you'll have an opportunity to see her. She did land a nursing job in Phoenix, Arizona, and so we're excited about her. Lauren Gober 2 months ago got married, and she's the smartest girl I know. Talk about job security. She married her boss's son, so that is really smart for her. And she is a nurse at St. Anthony's right now. And then Kara Pugh just finished her last semester and looking for, going to walk in May, and she's going to be an elementary school teacher. And so I know some of you always ask me, and you see them at basketball games, so I wanted to give you a quick update. Now my favorite topic, women's basketball. We had 23 days off. We came back, started practicing the day after Christmas, as I told you last time. We traveled New Year's Eve to Lubbock, Texas. It was a great snowy day, but we had a lot of fun. The next day, Lubbock Christian had a 25 consecutive home game streak, and we disrupted it. We won by 3 points to a very talented team. You know, they moved to the NCAA Division II, and it was a hard-fought battle, so I was really proud of our young ladies. Then we went into conference. We are still undefeated in conference. Excited about, as Dionne mentioned, tomorrow playing Southwest Christian in Bethany. Would love to have you. And then Saturday, the number 8 team in the country against Oklahoma Baptist. And I will tell you, I mean, we appreciate your support. I know I stand here and I tell you that once a month, as long as Jim gives me the opportunity to speak. But I know Dionne and I really appreciate your support. And now in conference, we play back-to-back. We play prior to the men's team. And so they play an exciting style of basketball, and so do we. And we would just love to have your support. So come to our women's games, stay and support our men's program. And because like I said, you're going to see a lot of hard work and dedication from these young men and women. Other than that, we're ranked number 2 in the country. And we're just excited to have some rhythm, meaning playing every Thursday and Saturdays. We've had some major breaks in between. But I can't say enough about our young ladies. Well, I will say this. Uli Montu Coulibaly, remember I like saying that because it makes me feel smart when I say that. She did get Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week this week, and this is her 2nd time to receive that honor. And then Ratiska Brown has also received that honor twice, and Yvonne Neal. We have everyone back except for Markeisha. Obviously, she can't play for the rest of the season, but I'm excited about them. They're a good bunch of girls, and I want to thank Canes, too, for giving us that great deal after we score 70 points, because we run to Canes after our game to get back to the men's game. So we appreciate you as well. I know I never say this, but are there any questions? I know I talk a lot, so I don't know.
What's your true age?
Thank you very much.
more as we get there. We host a lot of conference tournaments, but we're hosting the conference basketball tournament this year. So as we're getting a little closer, that's like the 1st of March. We may be looking to some of you to see if you might be interested in volunteering for that event. That would be super hard, but it's in our conference, all 20, so 10 men's teams, 10 women's teams. And what that means is the first 3 days, it's all day. It's like 9:30 in the morning till 10:30 at night. I'm not telling you that to scare you out of volunteering. We'll work out a window that might work for you, but we have you consider that because we're certainly going to need some help to put that together. All right, Stacy, you ready?